spring, it's getting green. Fish are on the bed, and hear those turkeys gobble. It's ringing in my head. The winterized bass boat, here comes another year. Yeah, we command the outdoors around here. Oh, we command the outdoors. Yeah, we command the outdoors. Come summertime, we're feeling fine, fishing on the lake, flipping jigs in Carolina rigs, from early morning till real late. Bonfires on the creek bank, kick back a couple beers.
Good day, my name's Erin McNeal. I'm with Real Outdoor Adventures TV. I want to take some time in this series and talk about some things that not too many of us like to talk about. What to do if. What to do if something happens when you're in the woods, out away from civilization, and how to handle it. I carry with me everywhere I go, and my kids joke with me about it. They call it my man purse. But I carry with me everywhere I go a survival pack. After 5 years of being with rescue squads and seeing enough accidents and enough traumas, I know what you need to have with you to handle the basics. And that's what I want to talk to you about today. This pack here weighs about 6 pounds. And that's 6 pounds of necessities. 6 pounds is not very heavy. 6 pounds is very light. You wouldn't even know it's on your back. In the pack here, we cover everything, including burn gels, antibiotic ointments, antibacterial hand soap. But that's just the start of it. Say you fall and you've got a pretty good gash. You didn't wear the right shoes. You didn't wear your hiking boots. You wore tennis shoes, although you weren't really playing tennis today. You got a pretty good cut. You're not going to make it. You're bleeding pretty good. What do you do? Well, without this, about the only thing you can do is try and tie it off and try and limp back. With this pack here, you can successfully neutralize the pain, suture yourself up, bandage yourself up properly, and then make it out knowing that you'll be able to get to a hospital and they'll be able to take care of it and everything will be just fine. The other way, you don't know what you can end up with, if you can get the bleeding to stop. In these packs here, I cover everything that you could possibly need. Bandages, Band-Aids, alcohol wipes, and I also include in these packs. Now I do sell these, by the way. If you need information on that, just email us there at the ROA TV website. It's the clotting agent. This is designed to stop severe bleeds, and you bandage right over top of it. It's like puttying up a hole. Say you need something a little bit more. These packs also include suturing and surgery kit that would allow you to take up and sew that up and make it out. You sew it up, take some gauze, wrap the gauze around the stitches, and wrap this here around it to help keep anything else from getting in there to cause an infection. Infections set in very fast, more rapidly than what people think. And that's one thing that I hear all the time. I hear people say, oh, I've been on that mountain for 30 years. I know it front and back. You might know it front and back, but does everybody know it front and back? Does that person that just shot you because they thought you was a deer and first time out hunting and got all excited about it and shot at the first sight of movement rather than looking to see what he was actually shooting at? What are you going to do then? You may know that mountain, but you ain't going to make it down off that mountain without having some help. That's the whole idea of this pack. The whole idea is to be there when you need it, and it will be. Sprained arms, ankles, everything. But what this kit also provides is a means of survival. Say you got stuck and you're in unfamiliar territory, or you got hurt and you need to, it's going to take you some time to get out. You've got nobody else there with you. With this kit, signaling mirrors. Very great, interesting way to get help. I'll get the sun on it just right. This is not something that you would normally see in the woods. And if they're out looking for you, this is one of the things they'll be looking for. Something that is unnatural and man-made to draw their eye. Using this repeatedly towards the direction of where you think help might be coming from, or in the air, because they may be looking at you from the air, is definitely a way to signal for help and let them know that you're there.
Hi guys, this is Roger over at PowerSurgeMedia.net, and we've got a deal for you. If you're looking to get a website, personal or business, we've got them starting out at just $3.75 a month. And yes, we do custom websites too. Just jump over and check us out, www.PowerSurgeMedia.net. If you got any questions, send them to us and we'll get right back to you. We're looking forward to your business.
You also have emergency whistles. Everybody seems to think that they've got a loud enough voice that it can be heard. Well, unfortunately not. Most voices can be heard typically through thick woods, like how we're at here, maybe 100 feet, maybe 150, not very far, not as far as what you'd think. These whistles here, I think they're about 120 decibels, and they can be heard for a much longer distance, upwards of a quarter to half a mile in the right conditions. They're not going to hear your voice, but they'll hear this. The other things that we have for signaling, to help signal, one is signal flares, or not signal flares, signal fires. You can use your flintstone and magnesium. You shave off the magnesium off the back side here, which I also include some already pre-shaved in the kits. And then striking it on the front side produces spark. That spark immediately ignites the magnesium. You start taking a couple little dry leaves, take the dry leaves, take some small twigs that are dry, and you build the fire that way. By adding leaves encourages smoke, which then becomes a smoke fire, which is going to be something that's going to be seen from a great distance. A heat fire, a regular flame fire, is not really going to be seen. It's the smoke coming off there is what's going to be seen, and that's what's going to get you help. Something else great to have. Now, even if it's a pocket knife, but these work even better because you can do a lot more with these than you can with a pocket knife. I carry this everywhere I go, my multi-tool. Also in these packs, as I said, we include things for the worst case scenario. You're stuck. You know you can't get out. It's going to be at least a day's travel, 2 days travel before you can get out and get to help. Well, fortunately, this kit plans for that. In each kit, you have 3 days worth of food right here. It's not a buffet of food, but it's 3 days worth of food. On the back side here, you can see where it's broke down into 9 sections. Morning, noon, and dinner. It may not be the greatest thing in the world, but it will keep you alive. This is made by Mayday. There's quite a few others that are out there. They're all pretty much the same thing. This is a non-thirsting, I guess what they call it, cake, which doesn't encourage you to have to want to drink, which is another big problem. Now that you've got, you're hurt and you're stuck, what are you going to do for water? Well, if you were smart, you could have you something like this. This is called a camel pack. These were used in the military. They're now used quite extensively in the civilian world as far as hikers and stuff go. This is a 3-liter pack. And you just want to keep them clean. You want to clean them out after each use. and make sure they're dry, because they'll start to mold if you don't. You can get replacement liners for them. They are a must-have for anybody who has anything to do with the outdoors. Once you get one, if you don't have one, once you get one, you'll be wondering why in the world you didn't have it to begin with for the longest time. So we have food took care of for 3 days for one person. For 2 people, about a day and a half. But it goes down from there. Something else this kit provides. Speaking of water, and around here we typically have quite a bit of water. This is a life straw. It's an older package. I actually sold the life straw to a gentleman, and I replaced it with the one I had in my kit, which I have to replace mine now. These are wonderful. You can take this to any pool of water. I got my lake right back behind me here. I can go right down to that lake and drink from that lake, and this filters out 99.999% of all the bad stuff in that water. You go to a mountain stream coming off of there, there's a fair chance you're not going to run into any problems with it there, but you don't know what's upstream from there. Somebody could have their septic system dumping into that, which is not a good thing. So you want to be prepared. This here, it's, 2 ounces? Like I said, this whole bag weighs about 6 pounds, so it's nothing to carry this around. Speaking of 2 ounces, this is 2 ounces of something that is an absolute must. You put it in your pocket. If this is the only thing you carry around with you, these survival blankets are absolutely incredible. They're made of mylar, which is kind of like aluminum foil, but it's a lot heavier duty. You can do a lot more with it. It's not going to tear. It's got some durability to it. These reflect 90% of your body heat back onto you. It doesn't let it go out into the atmosphere. It reflects it back onto you, so it warms you from the inside. You don't have that like a wool blanket. Yeah, it keeps you warm, but if the wind blows, the wind blows through you, blows through the blanket back onto you, which will chill you back down. These here, the wind won't pass through. It's almost like a windbreak. Back in the old days, we had those cable wires they shoved down in the handles of those survival knives that they sold there at the gas stations. Well, they've come a little ways, and over those years, this is actually a chainsaw chain with handles. And you can successfully cut down up to a 10-inch tree with this. I've cut one down, and it took me just a couple of minutes to do so. And it's not that back-breaking work to do. It's a pretty good cut. So now we're starting to get the ideas that we've got what we need to bandage ourselves up. If we get stuck out in the woods, we know we've got something to help us for a few days. And we're also going to get some knowledge out of this series of how to make it out of the woods. Building the survival tent and signaling for help and getting help to come to you and getting out alive. That's the whole idea behind it all. In this bag also is just a simple steel tang survival knife. There ain't much to it, but if it's all you got, it's what you got, and you can do a lot with this. This actually has paracord wrapped around the end of it here for, well, they think it's for comfort. Well, you know what you can do? You can put this on the end of a stick, make yourself a spear for defense. You can chop branches and stuff with this if you needed to. Even this is chrome, so you can even use this if you had to for signaling, if it's the only thing that you had, if your mirror broke. Something else that's real neat about signaling is that these things here, and I'm going to show you how to use this to help signal for help when you build your survival tent. They're very shiny. There's a strong silver color to these, and you can signal with that as well. Some of the other things to think about with this and with these packs is you got to plan for the worst and think for the best. So dress for the weather. If you know it's going to be cold and you're out hiking, there's a chance of it being cold, you know, wear the necessities or bring the necessities with you. You know, a couple of pounds of clothing can mean the difference of life and death. You know, these hoodies here are excellent. They're made of fleece. They're soft. They're comfortable. You can wear them in about 5 different ways. I actually wear them, and you'll actually just about sweat with those things. But they're very comfortable, very easy to use. Something else that comes in with this kit as well. Keep bouncing around a little bit here, but I joke with everybody when I first pulled this out, and they ask me, "Well, what is that for?" And I kind of laugh and tell them, "Well, when you go, you got to go." And they all kind of get a chuckle out of that. But it's not just for the fact that you have to dig yourself a little hole to use the restroom, but this, you can make it into a shovel by unscrewing this, bending this back down, make it into a shovel, or you can use it this way and do it as a pick. Well, why would you need something like that? Well, in this series that we're going to be doing here, I'm going to show you a way that you can build a campfire and dig down on one side of it there with this here, a couple inches down below, an area where you would then sleep the fire, which will help keep you a lot warmer, especially on the coldest of nights. Even if you had nothing else, even if you didn't have a survival blanket or anything else, digging yourself down around that fire, get yourself as close to that fire as you possibly can, is going to help keep you alive and keep you warm. Something else to think about if you're not hunting and you're out camping, things like that. Of course, the obvious things are you want to have a good, strong axe. This is made by Eastwing. This is a wonderful, lightweight, very strong, very durable, steel all the way down through it, almost indestructible axe. I kind of steered away from the wooden axes. Sometimes I'll use the plastic handled axes, but you know, steel is a better way to go. You can do a lot more with that if you needed to. Rope or paracord is also a necessity that you need to have with you, as you'll see when we go to build this survival tent here. Of course, a good pair of gloves is a necessity too. These are an all-around. I think they call these a tactical knuckle glove or something like that. But an all-around comfortable glove if you're climbing, or you know, having your hands wrapped, you know, having to be wrapped in divines and stuff. We've got the strong, durable leather, and they're very comfortable. They do help keep your hands warm. Something else that's very important, and I'm a fanatic about using military boots. This pair here, I think, is 2 years old, and they've been wore to death, and they've still got a lot of life left in them. It's something that you want to have when you're going hiking, is you want to be prepared. If you're not prepared, then you're almost asking for trouble. I hope this has been a wonderful bit of information for you all, and get you all to think about the what if. And that's what this whole series is about, is what if something happens and I get hurt, a friend of mine gets hurt, I get lost. You know, just not only a compass is not the only thing that's going to get you out of there. Sometimes you're going to need a lot more. And with that, I hope you all enjoy the rest of this series. You all have a wonderful day, and thank you for watching ROA TV.
Come early spring, it's getting green, fish are on the bed, and hear those turkeys gobble. It's ringing in my head. The winterized bass boat, here comes another year. Yeah, we command the outdoors round here. Oh, we